Craziest road story or tour story. Either tour or studio story. Let's hear it.
Craziest. Okay, I'll give you one that. Okay, so one time we almost got jumped by like about 30 dudes in New York. And when I tell you who it is, you're gonna trip out. So we had just did You Me. You know the song You Me, and I said I ain't down with OPP because there's HIV and all I want it to be is just you and me. So you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
So I'm a huge fan of Naughty by Nature. I'm rocking Naughty by Nature, the cassette in my truck. That's all I'm playing. It's Naughty by Nature, and then Mobb Deep came after that. But so we get to New York and we just filmed the Good video. So Salt and Pepper at the time had a club called Broadway's. And so we did an interview with Wendy Williams that morning, and we got to the station and she was like, you know, Naughty by Nature was in here yesterday and they was dogging y'all. They was calling y'all fat around the heart, this, fat, that. And I was like, what? Like, we ain't no punks, but we ain't about to go run up in these dudes' face and be talking trash. Now, mind you, it's three of us that's big and one little dude. So then we seen them. So the night we finish the video and we get ready to go to the club. So it's me, Jason, my road manager, who was bigger than both of us, and our background singer, Fred. So they sent us a car from the label. We get in the car, and Jason's in the car like, something doesn't, you know, he always was Jesus. Something doesn't feel right. He said, God is telling me that we shouldn't go here. I was like, well, nigga, you stay here with Jesus. I'm going to the club. We get in the car. It pulls off and something goes boom. Nigga, the axle breaks in the car. He says, man, I told you. God told me that we shouldn't go. We should stay here. I said,
man. He was trying to prophesy.
I said, man, prophesize these. That's exactly what I told him. I said, man, stay here. I'm going to the club. So it was like the grand opening of Salt and Pepper. They had a club called Broadway's. We walk in this club. Wendy Williams is broadcasting there again. Everybody who's anybody in hip hop is in the club. BDP, LL Cool J, Salt and Pepper, Spinderella. Everybody's in the club. We walk in there. We getting dot from everybody. I walk over and I see Vin Rock. And I'm like, let me about to go holler at Vin Rock. I said, because, you know, he ain't really, I was like, Vin, what's good, man? What's happening? He was like, yo, I was like, man, what's up with all of this? And he was like, yo, man, you know, we took that as a diss. I was like, wow, man. I said, we fans of you. I said, my truck parked at the airport right now with the cassette in the joint. I was like, man, so if it was a comedian saying that, he was like, yo, we rap and y'all sing. We took that as a diss. You know, that's comedy. That's different. I stopped. I said, like that on some, like, you know, Tool Time shit. And I said, man, we love y'all. I said, we gone, man. It was no disrespect intended. So I walked off to the back and we did another. I seen, that's when I seen LL in the back. I ain't not drop name dropping. Let's get to the point. So we did another interview with Wendy Williams, a little live broadcasting. So then we walked back up to the front. You know, at the time, that's when Kenny Anderson was dating Spinderella, all this stuff. So then I'm walking and we talking and we mingling with everybody. The next thing you know, I see Trench. Now Trench is down there.
Did he have a chain on?
Huh?
Did he have a chain on?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was real hood looking, I'm saying. And so I saw Trench with the braids and all that, and he was talking to DJ Wiz, Kid and Plays DJ. And I'm like, I'm about to go talk to this nigga right now. I said, because I love these niggas and I don't want no beef. So I went over to him and I'm like, what up, dog? I'm like, what's good, Trench? What's up? And, you know, he laughing and smiling, talking to Win. And he was like, I remember everything he said. He's like, yo, man, them shits is. He turned around and was like, his face said, and next thing I heard him going, that's all I heard. That's all. So, you know, at the time of this video game, I'm playing the video games. My man like, come on, let's go. It's time to go to car outside. I'm like, hold up, I'm almost finished. So then when we finished, we walked out. And next thing I heard was like, no, Beast, you know, man, F them niggas, man. You family, but fuck them niggas. Beast was this big, like 7 foot tall, monstrous dude that worked on he worked on video sets, Lionel Martin, all these are the big time cats back in the day. And so next thing I know, I turn around, here he comes towards me, and a cloud of dudes just come outside of the club. I'm like, oh no. I said, oh my God. I said, no.
You should have told him, I know it sounds funny, but what can I say?
Man, my life. Man, listen. So, I mean, he was putting on a show. So I guess he must have told them niggas honestly, he must have told them before he came outside, I'm about to go scare these niggas or something or whatever. So in my mind, I'm figuring, well, me and my man, we probably could take him. But I'm looking at all these other dudes that came out. Long story short, he put on a show. He was like, F the OJs, F Levert, F y'all. I'll do y'all niggas right here, right now. I was like, dog.
Eddie?
He said, everybody. I was like, dog, listen, man, come on, man. I said, we fans, this, that. He was like, man, F that, F you, F this. He said, man, and then long story short, because I'm running long, he said, man, y'all better get the F out of here before I go get my shit out the car. And that by that time, the car had came back around again. We jumped in the car. Next morning, Wendy Williams got on the radio talking about Tretch ran us out of New York. But here go the next thing. This is what messed us up. What messed us up was we were scheduled to go on the Budweiser Superfest tour. Al Hayden told Gerald, no, we don't want him out here. We want to keep him safe because they run with a lot of guns. They was like, he did this, he did that. But the crazy thing was we was doing them stay in school jams at the arena. So that weekend we had a show with them in Charlotte. They wasn't about to mess up no corporate stuff. So they put extra security on us when we went there. So it just so happens that I end up in the hallway with Tretch by myself. He did not say a word. Nobody said nothing. That night we had a show somewhere with SWV and stuff, and the guy was like, yo, so he's like, so what the hell happened with you and Tretch in New York? What happened? I was like, man, I don't know. They was mad at us or some stuff I said in the song. He was like, yo, man, he wasn't gonna do nothing. I said, I wish somebody would have told me that night. I was like, but then the crazy thing was I saw him probably like 2 or 3 years later down here in Atlanta. This was way before I moved here, 10 years before I moved here. And I walked up to him in the car. I'm good for tapping niggas on the shoulder like this and be like, hey, man, why you do that? I was like, hey, man, why you do that? I was like, hey, man, why you do that? He's like, yo, man, my bad, man. You know, we was just starting out, man. We didn't know how to be celebrities, man. You know, and at that time, man, we was just taking everything as a diss. We didn't know how to do this. We didn't know how to do that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And we pounded. We exchanged numbers, but we never hooked up, man. That was crazy. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of scary. That was, you know, that was crazy. Yeah, no trust. Yeah, it was scary in the mug. I mean, I got some other stories. Cats pulling out guns on me. Promoters leaving us in cities for a couple days. But you know, I thought y'all enjoyed that the most.